Heartbeat of Holliston. I'm Melissa Casburn.
And I'm Ann J.
How's everything going?
So far, so good. How about you?
Good. We're in a groove. School year's going well, except
Good.
The nights are getting longer.
They are, and the weather's been awful.
I know,
Can't
but we'll
even
make
get
it through.
outside.
We're hardy New Englanders.
That's right.
Yeah. So, on this show of Heartbeat of Holliston, our guests are Amine Benali from the Community Farm Advisory Board and Jay Wyman on sports. You will hear from the kids who started the Kickin' It to Kenya project and meet Holliston singer-songwriter Kathleen Regan, who is making it in Nashville. We're also following stories on Habitat for Humanity and Washington Street Players. There's always something great going on in Holliston, so let's get this show going. Holliston's Community Farm was founded to support Holliston farmers and provide our community with education and advocacy on farming. It's home to a greenhouse community, garden plots, hiking and biking trails, and a community apiary. Our first guest is Amine Benali from the Community Farm Advisory Board. Welcome.
Thank you. Great to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
So we just wanted to ask you a little bit about the Community Farm Advisory Board. What are some projects that you're working on currently?
Right. So the advisory board has been around since 2016. The purpose of the goals of the board are to look after the site. It's about 30 acres. Most of that is under conservation restrictions, but we can do farming activities on the farm. The farm itself is expected to be and supposed to be a resource for the community, and so our job is to engage with community members, with households and families and students, and provide them with the resources where they can use the farm and use it to learn and have fun with farming.
So for people that don't know, exactly where is the community farm located in town?
So it is on Rogers Road.
Okay.
And I think the best reference I have is if you know where Shen's Gymnastics is on the Industrial Park. So it's the second driveway on your right.
Okay.
You're going to see a house, a typical residential house, go up the driveway and you'll open up to about 30 acres of land that is open for farming and for hiking and all types of outdoors activities.
Yeah, you wouldn't know it's there unless you knew it was there, but it's beautiful.
Right, and we have worked on signage, so we have new signage consistent with town signage that should help visitors get into the farm.
Yeah. Now, I think you guys recently did something for Halloween at the farm, correct?
Yes, so we did the haunted hay walk. This is the third such event we have. Last year it was a tractor ride. This year is walk. The weather was fantastic, so it was great weather for the kind of walk that we had. This was a partnership with the Lions Club, which did an incredible job organizing the sites, getting the support of their members to make it a very successful event. And we expect the next year to be even stronger, and we think there might be more than one day that we'll be able to offer next year.
Oh, that would be great.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, what's your next event coming up then, now that we just, took care of Halloween?
Right, so as the year or the season wraps, kind of the land goes to rest for a little bit for the winter. But our typical events are similar to the events we've had this year. So we had an Easter egg hunt, which is the second event we've held since being on the board. We expect the event to be bigger next year again. Great demand for that event, great attraction for families and children. We have a family farm day event where we bring local farmers, craftsmen, homesteaders to showcase the agricultural heritage of this town and the community. Again, a great event for people to learn about farmers in town, service providers, and to learn about farming generally. We had a fundraiser event, that's a farm to table, and that's a great dinner organized in town, local chefs, food that comes from the vicinity, from local farms. Again, a way to engage with the community and to showcase the agricultural assets that we have in this town. So I think these are the events. Halloween is a great hit for us, and the partnership that we have with the Lions Club has been incredible and has made it very successful.
Yeah, that's great.
I was going to say that I know that I went to the Easter egg hunt and there were people from all over. It wasn't just local families, and there were kids of all ages. So the word is getting out.
I hope so, and we'll be doing a lot more to get the word out. It's really a great site. It's an amazing amount of space, open space. The farming character makes it ideal for the kind of event, Easter egg hunt. This year we had a lot of snow, and incredibly enough, it was a lot of fun for the children to go and find the eggs in the snow. So I guess
what we have to do.
That's right.
That's right, and and it's fun. I think think from our perspective, if we can, an event will be successful for us if the kids are having fun, the parents are having fun with their children, and instilling the values of farming and going back to basics. I think we'd like for people to know where the food is coming from, the amount of hard work that goes into producing the food, so that we can appreciate our food better, we can appreciate our local farmers, and we waste less food. I think ultimately that's the goal.
Now, I'd also heard that there are hopefully plans in the future for the house to be an educational center. Is that something that's still in the works?
It is. It very much is, and it will be a core to the mission of the board and farm. So we are working on the septic, and we have to, in order to be able to use the site. And several local service providers have provided incredible service for free and donated labor and technical support to the site to make it happen. When we first started, we launched a survey and asking community members what we'd like to see at the farm. So homesteading classes were at the top. And for example, knitting, which I wasn't sure, but it was on top of the list. The jarring was another class that people wanted. We have built a community apiary in partnership with the Norfolk Bee Club. Incredible. Currently, we have 4 beehives, and as the word gets out, more residents and community members who would like to keep bees and are not able to keep bees on their own property can bring the bees there and raise and learn more about that incredible creature that is so useful to farmers.
Yeah. We have quite a few farmers in Holliston, whether it's the large farms or the small farms. So you're a farmer yourself, I hear, correct?
I think our family, we have a farmette. I think that's the technical word for it. It's tiny, but that being said, we do have a very tiny number of goats. We have chickens. We used to have ducks. We have our beehives. We grow some of our food. It really is a great way to live and experience food. And I think this town, Holliston, has an incredible heritage, and the farming culture in this town is strong, and we'd like to promote that even more.
Is that something that attracted you to the town of Holliston, or was it a lucky surprise when you arrived here?
I would say it was a lucky surprise that became a stronger attraction to deciding to move here. And I think I can speak for a lot of people that have moved here or are thinking about moving here that farming is a big attraction for them. And I don't think this is just a fad. I think it's a trend. And people want to know a little bit more about their sources of food, but especially how they can be more efficient and effective in how they interact with earth and how they grow their food. Yeah,
well, great. Thank you so much for all the work you do and for coming on and letting all of our viewers and Ann and I know a little bit more about the Farm Advisory.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here, and please check out our other events coming up in the next year. Thank you.
We'll do that. Well, thanks again to the people who have made our community farm a reality, and for more information you can go to their website, which is hollistoncommunityfarm.org. As the website says, they're bringing Holliston together one seed at a time.
On our last show, you saw the Habitat House being built with the Women Build project. It is now nearly complete, and we were there at the dedication.
Hi, I'm Melissa Caspern, and today we're at the 50th Habitat for Humanity House dedication here in Chamberlain Street in Holliston.
This site came about by being town-owned land, and as a member of the Holliston Housing Trust, we went to town meeting to have the town donate this land for specifically a habitat project. Habitat is all about building communities and hope for people who have less than we do, and we have a number of different programs that we do. In addition to building homes, we touch a lot of families, probably 60 or 70 families that we touch every year. We build 6 to 8 homes every year. We're an active group. We rely on volunteers and people donating their time and money and treasure out of the kindness of their hearts to push our organization forward.
There was a lot of work involved with raising money, getting people to donate gifts in kind, and doing just general awareness. So we did things like had a booth at Celebrate Holliston for the last several years. We've done playhouse builds. we've really leveraged the just wonderful support of the town, craftspeople and businesses that were willing to donate time and money and people and materials to get this project done. The Holliston Housing Trust, which donated the land, also funded through a couple of the community preservation grants about $150,000 towards these two homes. But in total, we raised about $450,000. There was a lot of site work that we didn't know needed to be done, a lot of ledge here. There was truly just so many people involved, but you think about $450,000 across donations and materials and people's time truly was a labor of a lot of people's efforts.
So now I'm speaking with Ben, Josh, and Danielle, and these are the three brothers who get to move into this house. So boys, what do you think about your new home?
I think it's awesome. I like the rooms and the bathrooms. They look really nice.
And does anyone have to share a bedroom in this house?
I do, with my brother.
So once he goes off to college, then maybe you'll get your own rooms, huh? Yeah. So what are you most excited about for moving into the new house?
Mostly about like the attic for the gaming room and for setting up my new room. Yeah, we have like plans for the attic. Like we're gonna have part of it insulated so we can make it like a half, I don't know, like mini living room.
So that'll be a good hangout room. And what about you, Ben?
Well, my favorite part is moving in because we can't do all the stuff without moving in.
Great. Well, we cannot wait for you guys to move in. I know it's going to be a few more days, but we're very excited for you, and your mom is amazing with the work she's done. So I bet you guys are all really proud of your mom as well. For Heartbeat of Holliston, I'm Melissa Casperin.
Holliston resident Brian Clancy is the president of the Board of Habitat for Humanity, Metro West Greater Worcester. He is the 2018 Golden Hammer honoree, which goes to the person who has gone above and beyond on behalf of local families who need an affordable home.
Last spring, we learned about the high school tiny house project. In an update from advisor Jenna Galster, she stated, "The kids are working hard and learning a great deal. They're currently framing the walls for the loft and hope to bring the house outside to work on the exterior and roof soon." Holliston in Bloom just returned from the America in Bloom National Symposium. For the first time, we were nominated for a special award as the coolest place for kids due to our wonderful parks and recreation programs. But the premier award was our first place in the nation for outstanding achievement in historical preservation. The pride we have in our history is evident all over town. As Kathy Shore, Holliston and Bloom chairperson, says, "Awards come and go, but preserving our history is forever."
It's time for another community theater show from the Washington Street Players. We caught up with them at a rehearsal for their show, Over the River and Through the Woods.
Tonight at the Town Hall, we are attending the rehearsal for the next Washington Street Players production. Let's hear all about it.
No, her daughter killed the gangster with the butcher knife. That's right.
I'm so excited to finally be producing this show, directing this show. I saw it about 6 years ago in Hopkinton, and I sat in the front row and I cried and I laughed and I just said, someday I'm going to direct this show. So now is the time. I found 4 fabulous older actors, which was part of the challenge of doing this show, is to find 4 actors that can play like they're in their 70s and be believable. And I found 4 great ones and 2 other younger people that back up the show.
What's the answer?
Okay, who's your girlfriend that's married to the guy who steals cars?
You mean Irene? Cross left.
It's written as a comedy, but it's a really heartfelt comedy. So there's some poignant moments and a lot of funny moments. So if anybody has ever had a grandparent or been a grandparent themselves, they will relate to this show, which is pretty much everybody.
Now, what was the sister's name?
Which one?
The one who drinks.
They all drink.
The one who's not fat.
Irma.
All right.
Emma is a grandmother, and I'm married married to Nunzio, and we are a very funny couple, and we want to see our grandson Nick married. This is a wonderful role. It's a very funny play. I love the story. I love the characters, and I'm really looking forward to playing Emma.
Have you been in other productions? I believe you have.
I've been in productions all over Metro West, and this is my first time at Washington Street Players, so I'm very excited to be working with Karen and everyone here.
Clark Gable and Vlada Turner. Go again.
I am Frank, one of the other grandfathers in the play. He is, well, he's been described as like an Archie Bunker type, really kind of sort of stoic and just rigid, but he's got a warm side to him also. So it's been fun trying to, develop or fit into that description of who he is.
Why do you do community theater?
Actually, this is my third play.
Congratulations! I think that's great to do that.
It's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun and great people to work with. So
You always want to help them so much. It doesn't matter how old they get. You just always want to help them.
For Heartbeat of Holliston, this is Chris O'Lawless.
Don't miss this entertaining comedy. For tickets and more information, go to www.washingtonstreetplayers.com.
Well, high school sports are hot right now, and who better to talk to us about it than Jay Wyman?
Yeah,
so
they
thanks
are
for coming.
Hot. They are hot, and this is a really incredible report I have for you tonight. First of all, I want to explain one thing that a lot of people might not know is that the Tri-Valley League has really split into two separate leagues, a Tri-Valley Large and a Tri-Valley Small. And the Tri-Valley Large is Holliston, Hopkinton, Westwood, Medfield, and Norwood is actually in there. Did I say them all? Yeah, 6 of them, Holliston, Hopkinton, Ashland. Yep. And then the Tri-Valley Small is Dover, Sherburne, Millis, Medway, Bellingham, Norton, and Dedham. Actually, believe it or not, Dedham is in the Tri-Valley Small. Yeah. So they split it into two leagues. So tonight when we talk about the Tri-Valley League Championship, we're talking about the Tri-Valley League Large Championships. So let's get going here. And I kind of had to bring this stuff because I'm getting wicked old and I can't remember everything. But start out with the boys and girls cross country team. This year they both went 3-2 in a winning record in the Tri-Valley Large, obviously. They both finished in 3rd place in the league. And both teams are competing in the MIAA state division meet in Rentham on Saturday, November 10th. So they'll be doing that. So there's 2 teams right there with winning records. The next one is field hockey, which had just an incredible year. With 1 regular season game to go, they're in 3rd place in the Tri-Valley Large and have an overall record of 9-5-3, and they've already qualified for the Division II South state playoffs.
Nice.
And we actually saw them play before one football game, and they looked really good. They really did. The golf team finished with 10 wins, an amazing thing. They qualified for the MIAA Division II tournament, and they played that yesterday, and they didn't quite advance as a team, but they did have a senior, Chris Keenan, who shot an 82. Which is pretty amazing. I actually
You're not a golfer.
I actually did that once. I shot an 82.
It's good.
Yeah, it's good. I shot one and then I went and played the back nine.
If you're talking about it, you know it's good.
I was going to say, I think I did that on putt-putt golf once. Yeah.
So congratulations to the golf team. That's a lot. 10 wins is a lot. And they play right here. Their home court is right here.
I've seen them practicing.
Yeah, I've seen them too.
Boys soccer has just been absolutely incredible. They are 9-1-3 right now. They've clinched at least a tie for the Tri-Valley League, and a win over Ashland tonight will give them the title. They've also qualified for the state tournament, and they should be a really high seed in Division III South. So congratulations to them. They had a really great year. Johnny Peck, I don't like to mention a lot of different kids' names, but he just had an incredible year. So congratulations to him. Now, Heartbeat of Holliston always has the most up-to-the-minute report. So I got my report yesterday, but new news here. New news. The girls soccer team won tonight, so they are now 12-1-1, and they have won the Tri-Valley League title outright.
Wow.
So that's great news.
Yeah.
So that's the boys and girls soccer both won.
They worked hard.
The girls, too, they're going to be a high seed in the MIAA Division II South Tournament. So they've had a sensational year. They're another team who we actually saw this week before the football game, and they just really crushed Norwood. I think it was like 6-0 or something. And they looked really good doing it. So good luck to them, and I think they're going to have a good tournament. Volleyball. Volleyball is 11-4 record with 3 matches to go. And they've already qualified for the state tournament also.
Wow.
So it's just an incredible run by this.
That program's really grown. They've done a lot of work at the middle school and the upper elementary school, and I think we're now reaping, the benefits of that, of growing that program. So that's great that they're having a winning season.
And they've just had a fabulous year. And finally, the last one is football, who was 6-0.
I haven't heard about that.
Yeah, well,
I never hear anything about
they actually had a great game Friday night. They played Ashland, and they were both undefeated, and they played for the league title, and they beat Ashland 48-0.
Yeah, that was a great. I was watching it actually HCAT live.
Yeah, you can watch it on HCAT live.
We couldn't be there, and so every once in a while I'd check in, and then I'd check in, and
it kind of hurt me a little because I'm an Ashland boy, but you know what? Okay, they won. So they're going to be playing in the Division 5 South tournament. They're the number 2 seed. They play this Friday night. They're going to be playing here at home, and they're going to be playing Somerset Berkeley. And if they win this week, they will play at home the following Saturday, following Friday night also. And then they get 2 or 3 more wins, and hopefully they can keep marching forward. But they've just had another incredible year. And I got to tell you, first of all, I want to thank Matt Baker, the athletic director, for giving me all this information because I can't keep up with all this stuff.
You don't do your own research? You're not?
No.
You're outsourcing?
I'm a TV star. I don't do the research. I just but I want to thank Matt, and I also want to congratulate the kids and the coaching staffs because a lot of times you overlook the coaching staffs, and they really do a great job with the kids here in town. And not only them, but a lot of these schools, as you mentioned, a lot of these teams, they've learned their craft at a lower age, where they've had volunteer coaches, the moms and the dads who've coached these kids, and they've done a great job. And one final thing I will say, I don't know all these kids, but the kids I met are really super kids. They are really, really nice kids, very polite.
Good to hear.
Good kids. So it's not just, the parents get a lot of credit for that too.
Yeah, of course.
So it's just been a fabulous year, and it's just really getting kicked off now for the playoffs.
That's great. Well, it sounds like Holliston has a lot to be proud of.
They really do.
Great kids, great programs. There's one other team I think we didn't talk about. So do we have any up-to-the-minute Red Sox information?
Not yet. They haven't started yet. No, they haven't started the game yet. But I was out. I was actually.
Are they doing something this year?
They're doing something. I was actually in Los Angeles earlier this week, and all the Dodgers fans they wanted to come play the Red Sox. So my only advice to them is be careful what you wish for. So we'll see.
Well, as always, thanks. And this is just an incredible year for our students, and we really salute all their hard work and the team effort.
Hey, what's this? It is 7,202 miles from Holliston to Nairobi, Kenya, and 2 cultures away. A group of Holliston kids want to make that distance closer through a shared passion for soccer. Here is the story on Kicking It to Kenya.
The Kicking It to Kenya 7202 project is an exciting cross-cultural exchange initiated by 5 families in Holliston. Let's find out what this is all about. What exactly is the Kicking It to Kenya project about?
What we're trying to do is we're trying to open up communities, local communities such as Holliston and obviously towns surrounding us to other parts of the world, and really trying to meet other people and do some good in the world.
And what's going to happen in this project?
So we're going to go to Kenya, Africa to build soccer fields to help some of the kids that don't really have a soccer field to play on.
I think it's going to be really nice to give back, and it's going to be a great time after we're all done. We're all going to be happy. We're going to meet the kids. We're going to see their schools and see how their life runs compared to ours.
So we're going to a local village where Crooked Trails, which is the travel agency we're working with, they've gone to in the past, so they're already familiar with the village, and we're going to be building a 9v9 soccer field for the village, and we're going to have a game at the end against the local village kids, so that'll be fun too.
And how many of you are going on this project?
I think right now it's a total of 30 of us. Yeah.
That's a lot. Now, how do you feel about this? Are you excited?
It's going to be really cool, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you always hear about this stuff like on shows like 60 Minutes, you know, like really cool projects, and you think, oh, I'll never get to do something like that, and then you're actually like, oh my God, we're going to do something like that.
What do you think you're going to see in Kenya?
I think I'm going to see people that I have never really seen in Holliston, because Holliston really isn't that big. And Kenya's huge, and I'm going to see different people and how they act in not just this little tiny town.
All the animals, it's going to be really cool because we're going to go on a safari with some of the kids in the village, and we're going to see all the animals with them, and I think that's going to be really cool.
Holliston is a pretty small town, and a lot of people think like, oh, it's really hard to make a difference, but just this one thing is making a really huge difference for these kids in Kenya, and it's just good to show that everyone can do something.
I think you guys are going to have a lot of fun.
Yeah. I'm super excited, obviously, like just the thought of going over like every little detail, and obviously some of our friends are going too, so it's like, oh my God, we're going with our friends to Kenya to do this.
Yeah. How did this project happen?
Yeah, so with the earthquake in Nepal, the national soccer stadium in Kathmandu was like left in ruin. There was a lot of rubble, and it was in disrepair. So I said, wouldn't it be cool to do that in other countries, or even go to Nepal and do it one day? And it was just a thought, because we were really little at the time, and then all of a sudden it just stemmed into this huge project.
Well, I'm sure it's going to be a big success. I can't wait to hear about it when you come back.
Yes, thank you.
For Heartbeat of Holliston, this is Chris O'Lawless.
This project will build a soccer field and run soccer clinics at an elementary school. 30 parents and children will travel this February to groom and fence an area for soccer, culminating in a tournament on the last day. You can help by buying their soccer balls and t-shirts at Fisk's, or visit their GoFundMe page at www.gofundme.com/Holliston-2-Kenya-7202. You can also send a check to Kim Collins at 35 Church Street in Holliston. This unique cultural exchange will be an incredible experience.
It's also a long way from Holliston to Nashville, where singer-songwriter Kathleen Regan has followed her dream. She returned home to perform at the Marketplace Theater in Bellingham, where we talked about her journey.
We're here at the Marketplace Theater in Bellingham tonight, where hometown girl Kathleen Regan is come home from Nashville to perform her songs for an audience in this intimate 110-seat theater. Kathleen's been working hard at her craft, and we're excited to hear what she's got to say.
So, you know, it's awesome that a year ago we were talking about this, and the night is here. So, without further ado, Kathleen Regan.
Oh my goodness. Well, I have waited a long time to do a show at this theater with Brian Hickey to collaborate together, and it's always good to come home. I mean, I finally was able to put some shows together and make a little run of tour out of it, and I'm just so excited. I mean, I know everybody coming tonight is people who love and support me, and that just means so much to me to have them all in one place. I always say it was always from a young age. I mean, I started doing theater when I was 4 years old. I was Gretel Von Trapp in The Sound of Music, and from that point on, I was like hooked. I remember telling my mom, like, there was no question that we did like 50 shows that month, and I was just like stoked. I was ready to go. I was always wanting to rehearse and sing, and that was just who I was naturally. So. Musically, I always respond to that with Alison Krauss. She's always been a huge favorite of mine, and my dad took me to see her when I was real little, and I just remember sitting there like in awe of her, just her voice capturing a room in a theater, and from that point on I was like, okay, I get it. Like, that's what I want to do. I want to tell stories, and I want, you know, to do this for my life. And mentors, there's so many different people. I mean, my parents, of course, are always my biggest supporters, and I'm just grateful for them. Grateful for artists in Nashville that I've been able to watch grow, and there's so many people surrounding me in my day-to-day life in Nashville that inspire me, and it's just, I mean, it's the greatest town to ever live in. So there's a lot of mentors for me, very fortunately.
Advice for a kid from Holliston like you?
Oh my gosh, well, I still take advice every day. I'm certainly not one to stand here and give any advice, but I would say, I mean, for anyone that's thinking about doing something that they love and is creative and inspiring, it feels good to you, just to never not do that, you know, like whatever it takes to figure that out and to make that happen, you just got to do it, and you can't listen to noise because there's going to be so much of it.
So what's next after this little tour? What's in the future for you? What's your goal?
Yeah, a lot. I mean, the near future is I just recorded a record with my dream producer in Nashville, and so it's been 2 years since I've released music, so I feel great now, and I have a new single coming next month. It's called How Long Is Forever, which you guys will hear tonight. And, you know, just writing and working. I have never quite dove into touring and spending my days on the road and meeting new people. I've kind of been in hibernation in Nashville for 4 years, just trying to figure out my life. So now I'm ready to get out and, you know, show people what I've been doing.
For the Heartbeat of Holliston, this is Chriso Lawless.
The enthusiastic crowd of family and friends was treated to an outstanding performance in this intimate theater. She's great.
Yeah, there's a lot of talented people from Holliston.
I know, and I think it's just, you know, to see somebody for our students now that's more of a recent graduate, you know, follow their dreams, right. And we are in this little town,
yeah. but
no.
produce so many wonderful personalities.
Yeah, yeah. It really is wonderful.
Yeah. So that's our show for tonight. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we liked bringing it to you. We remind viewers that you can watch Heartbeat of Holliston every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 7 p.m. on Channel 8 on Comcast and Channel 32 on Verizon. The show is also televised at other times. And you can watch us on any electronic device.
HCAT now has a completely redesigned website. It features the most current shows and gives easy access to all your favorite shows, including Just Thinking, The Pastor and the Policeman, and our outstanding coverage of school sports. You get direct access to our YouTube channel, which is full of fantastic content, including The Heartbeat of Holliston. Please check it out at hcattv.org. We also have an updated e-blast function that sends you announcements when new shows are scheduled to air. Please contact us by email at office@hcattv.org or call 508-429-8979. With an e-blast, you'll never miss a show you want to watch. And finally, if you like a show, let us know. You can always contact us at hoh@hcattv.org. Thanks again for being with us. Have a good night, Ann.
Good night, Melissa.
And good night, Holliston.
Did you call?